Hello, everyone. This is Annica Torneryd, ambassador for the Women's Entrepreneurship Day, and we're 3 days out from celebrating the live event 2019. I have with me now one of our expert panelists coming to the event, James Bond or James Cluskey, also known as James Cluskey. Yeah, which one is it?
Oh, definitely James Cluskey.
Yeah, okay.
But
So,
thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for
yeah,
having me, and I'm
yeah,
excited to be there on Friday.
yes. So I am super excited, and I thought I'll ask you a few questions just to let the audience get a little bit look into who you are and know what they can expect, start preparing their questions for you. So, first of all, you've been a professional tennis player for many years, best in
Yeah,
Ireland. You played mainly doubles, is that correct?
that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah. And you're a world record holder.
I am indeed.
Tell
Yeah,
us about it. What is it you did? I already know.
yeah. For the world record, well, it goes back. It's when I was playing professionally, a couple of Irish guys had attempted the world record for the longest doubles match.
Yeah,
And the record was 57 hours of continuous tennis. The
yeah,
rules were you had a 5 minute break per hour.
yeah,
So I had seen this when I was playing full time, and a couple of Irish guys attempted to break it, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. One of the guys got cramp after 33 hours, and they had to stop anyway.
yeah,
So it was kind of in the back of my mind, and when I stopped playing professionally, I wanted something to train for and to strive for and to achieve, and so I approached a good friend of mine, a guy Dave Mullins, and I said he was on the Irish team, the generation really before me,
yeah,
and I approached him and I said, "What do you think about trying to break this record for charity?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So last year we attempted it last summer, and we broke it. So we played for 60 hours continuous. Myself, Dave Mullins, a guy Dan O'Neill, and Luke McGuire, and yeah, amazing. I guess sense of achievement, or it was just great fun as well.
yeah,
It was hard. I mean, I remember thinking the guys that had attempted it previously, they did 33 hours. I
yeah.
remember thinking that's a long way off 57. And I remember getting to 33 hours being like, oh God, how much, this is really hard. Like, but we got there, and I'm very happy we did it.
Uh, yes, I was just thinking. I was on my cross trainer just earlier this morning, and I did interval training. And there was a moment when I was like, "How long to go?" And I was like, "Oh, it was 4 minutes to go." But
Yeah.
and we're talking about a 45-minute training, so that's an insane amount of hours to just keep going and keep going and keep going. What do you think of, like, when you get to 33 and you actually realize we're halfway and your body has had enough? Why
Yeah.
do you keep going?
I think it's a couple of things. I think one is the people around you are so important.
Yeah,
So there was volunteers that came to obviously support the attempt, and then there was also family and friends that came, and then obviously the guys in the court. There's that element where you are accountable to them, that you don't want to let someone down.
yeah,
And then I think generally it's just about taking a step back, and I've always kind of set mini goals, I think, and that if it's 33 hours, then the next goal is to get to 36 hours or whatever it is, but just
yeah.
those little things, or
One more step.
get to
Yeah,
the next 5 minute break that you have, um, as opposed to thinking about the end goal as much. So I think
yeah,
that's really the way I approached it. But it was actually, I would say, physically it was tough.
yeah,
So there was no denying it was very it was physically tough, but mentally I think it was harder. Just to keep going, but we did it anyway, and we got there.
yeah. So I love that you said that you asked that guy if he wanted to, with you, break a record for a charity. That makes it so much more, so much more of an achievement than just setting a world record. Um,
Yeah, no, we did it for a charity called Enjoy Tennis, which they create tennis programs around Ireland for people with visually impaired people with special needs. It's got Liam O'Donoghue. It's a great initiative and great program, and it's done great things. So yeah, look, we went to them and said we'd like to raise money for Enjoy Tennis, and yeah, like it's no, I'm very happy we did it, and I'm very proud of it as well.
Yeah, you should be. And I also love that you say that the people around you, like family, friends, the supporters, the other people who came to see you succeed, you don't want to let them down. So having that support system actually makes you better. Had they not been there, it would have been easier to let's just call it quits.
Yeah. Like one, I couldn't agree with that more. Like, I think it's in everything. It's so good. It's so important to surround yourself with good people, and people that will challenge you and drive you. And I often think of I would play tennis a lot in the mornings, and I should be playing more actually. But I always think, if you're going to the gym on your own, you're more likely to roll over in bed. But if you're going to meet someone, you're accountable to them, and I think that makes a difference. So for me, yeah, the key is, if I was doing 60 hours on my own with with zero support, I think it'd be a hell of a lot tougher than when you have that support system, and the people. We couldn't have done it without the people. Even in the lead up, we had it's 4 guys on the court, but we had a physical trainer. We had a guy gives advice on nutrition as well. So like, we had so much support.
Team, whole team wants to see you succeed. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Lovely, James. So today you left a career as a pro tennis player behind you. I'm not going to ask you now, but I will ask you at the event. So for people listening, James will be answering this question: what it's like. So he had this professional career as a top tennis player, and then you come to the end of that, and it's like starting a new life. How do you start over? Because typically people change from company to company, but being a top athlete is very different from being an employee. So hold that answer, because I want it to be shared live. But can you mention a few words? I know that one of your clients today, you coach top players in tennis, and one of them, top players, is Sir Richard Branson. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think that's pretty awesome. He's been one of my idols for many, many, many years. What is it like? Can you share a little bit of what it's like to work with someone like an icon like that in entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I mean, I've been, again, I probably keep saying it, but I've been very, very lucky and very fortunate. I met Richard first in 2015. He's got an event called the Necker Cup, which is, I suppose it's billed as the world's most exclusive tennis pro-am. And I had played a professional event. I played an ATP event. I was kind of coming to the end of my career, between the jigs and the reels. I knew someone who knew someone, and anyway, I ended up going in 2015, and I met Richard there. And I ended up being invited back a couple of months later to coach him, and I've kind of done a month with him several times. And yeah, just, I mean, I suppose, a lot of people have seen interviews and different things, but just an incredible person. And I was saying to someone before, he's just so positive, so positive about everything, so energetic, so eager to learn, absolutely loves tennis, is obsessed with it, but is, I think, obsessed with life, really, to be honest. I did 30 days with him before, and he played tennis, I think, 28 days.
Wait. You said you broke the world record with 60 hours. You say here now multiple times that Richard Branson has played for a month.
Yeah, so
he broke your record.
No, yeah. He's every morning he's down on the tennis court. I mean, he's unbelievably fit. And it's really his zest for life, and he's just a really fun person to be around.
Yeah.
And I would have, every time I've gone there with him, I've always kept a journal and I'm supposed to pick up the little nuggets of information. But just yeah, incredible person. I mean, I remember the first thing he said to me when I went in 2016. So I went in 2015. I had a chat with him on the island, but nothing kind of extensive. And then 2016, I was going to spend a month with him. And as someone who's coached tennis to people with various levels, I remember the day before, so I say it was the Sunday, he was driving the golf cart on the island. I was walking along. He stopped. I said, "Hey, I'm James. I'm going to be I'm coaching you for a month or whatever." He said, "Oh, brilliant. I'm really looking forward to learning from you." And even, I haven't heard many people say that in a lot of different areas, but you can tell he's so interested in improving and learning and I think he's just a brilliant person.
Wonderful. I love it. I don't know if you realize how many fantastic pieces of advice have come out of your mouth, but I guess James Bond is like that. You said something now. You said that like getting to work with an icon like this was just like I knew someone who knew someone. So it just proves that connections and building relationships is key to everything. So James, I won't take more of your time, but I have so many questions for you. On Friday, it's the audience who will be asking most of the questions. So bring all your answers and safe travels over to Luxembourg. We look forward to celebrating with you.
Thank you, and really looking forward to being there. And just, can I go back on that last question in terms of the relationships?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, I think what that one phone call or what that has led to me in my life, and even I'll probably end up saying it on Friday, but even the reason I'm in Luxembourg, I was at an event, I met Dr. Betty. It's just it's the way the world works. I think it's just she was the one she was the one who reached out to me, and I think life's about relationships and look, I'm looking forward to being there on Friday and meeting everyone and excited to be in Luxembourg.
We're very, very happy to have you, and can't wait to hear more from you. So we will see you on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
No